in a way that you're almost like a regional filmmaker because this film is funded by different types of different countries and stuff. So do you find that it's easier for you these days to make films based on, I don't know, do you find that there's a more openness for people to want to invest money in movies that maybe are not mainstream, or there's no ghost in there's nothing like kind of, it's not an action movie, do you find that is easier, or do you still find obstacles to make films that have a very specific...
Yes, I think that it's more and more difficult. Yes, more and more difficult to get the money to make a movie, and that's why it took me so much time for that, and it's really difficult.
To be able to get the rights to this book, what was the process for that? I mean, because obviously people wanted...
So I met with Haruki Murakami, and his request was really clear and simple. He wanted to see the draft, a script, and then he would give his green light on that,
And what kind of a man is, like, what is he like? Because you have this impression based on his literature that you're just kind of like, I don't know, what was your experience like?
Yes, it's someone, he's really, a nice person, but really also very secret, and he doesn't talk much. So it's really special, he creates a really special atmosphere around him, and I quite like it.
In a way, can you watch the way he is, and then maybe translate a bit of that onto your film, or did that ever happen?
Yes, maybe it's something that is not conscious, from my part, but of course there is something like that.
For those who have never read the book, can you give a very brief description of what happens in this film, for people? It's like a one-on-one, kind of...
Yes, it's about a boy, he's he's 19, and get involved in a love affair. No, I mean, no, I do it again. It's about a young man, Watanabe. He's 19, and he's in love with a young woman, about his age, and it's about the feeling of love growing and suddenly stopped by something, and it creates sorrow. It creates the fact that he has to suspend his life because of that kind of thing, and he's between two women.
A very good description. Thank you very much. It was really
Thank
nice talking to you. Congratulations on the film. It's lovely. Oh, actually, let's talk about that. Being at Toronto, this is actually a very, because this is a very appreciative. It's a because you went to Venice, and then to be able to show it to an audience here, because it's a very public festival.
Yes.
So what was your kind of experience when you presented to a public as opposed to your industry peers and all these journalists and stuff like that? What was that like?
No, it's really good, to show your movie to the normal, public, and because it's somehow when you bring your movie to the festivals, you don't have much, festivals that has that kind of public, and it's good for me to be here in Toronto.
Did you see the reaction after the fact, or did you talk to anybody that maybe...
Yes, of course, we have a Q&A after the screening, and it was nice. I really appreciate that kind of relationship with the public.
Any interesting questions that they asked you that you were surprised, like, whoa, or I don't know, was it like a very visceral, like emotional, like kind of reaction, or do you feel like it was much more like...
No, I think that the movie was so emotional that people was a little bit, they were still in the movie, after that. So I had the feeling that there was a silence, in the audience that I really like.